Hi, I'm Tony Fleming, and this is Fleming's Ultimate Garage. Hey guys, welcome back to Video Central here. 79 Trans Am WS6, 400 4-speed. Now you say to yourself, wow, that sounds really cool, but really what does that matter? Well, a lot of people don't know is that the 400 in these cars, depending on whether it was an automatic or a 4-speed, determine which engine's in the car. You say, well, what do you mean, what engine's in the car? They all say 6.6 liters, they all say 400 cubic inches. Well, that may very well be that they say that, but that's not what they are. So, as we take them in and we walk around this car, you're gonna see why some cars have some value that's significantly better than other cars, and some cars are just really cool to drive, and some are going to be investment grade on the long haul. And that's what we're gonna find out about this one today. All right, so this is an original Nocturne Blue paint. I love this color, and I tell you, if you grew up in any of these times in the 70s or whatever, the rich kids got to drive these to school. I didn't have this, I had an old VW beater, but you know what, now I have a few of these because they're here, and I want you to have one as well, and you can enjoy some of the time, and now we can say something to the rich kids that probably don't have these anymore, right? All right, I got no issues, I'm getting the baggage, it's going out the window. All right, come on up, I want to talk about the paint. So this is a metallic paint as well, and this has new decals and things like that. So what I'd like ours to do, if you could please, is just film this right there so you can see how clear that is and how clear the time is, all right? And look at that. That's what you should be looking for in these cars, all right? You're looking for great paint. These cars did not come from the factory with great paint. They did not, all right? This car has been completely repainted, and it looks much better than it did from the factory. Now, a couple of small things too. 7-inch wheels versus 8-inch wheels. It makes a huge difference on these cars. I'm going to tell you why. Because the 7-inch wheels are flat. They have no depth to them. They don't look like muscle car wheels. This car here, wrapped in the right tires, BF Goodrich radial TAs, all right? You pick up this lip here. So that's why you see some of these Trans Ams look much better than others, all right? Call outs on the side here. This is a great color combination. The blue with the blue, first off, looks wonderful. And if you haven't driven one of these cars, they really still drive great, and on top of it, they have some nice options which make them, believe it or not, could be a daily driver car, all right? This car has Posi-Traction in it as well, and we list that on the window sticker as well as the website when you're looking at the car there, all right? So, run down just a couple quick things too, as well as the WS6 package. Well, people say, oh, this does the WS6 package, which is the 4-wheel disc brakes. Well, that's true. It is 4-wheel disc brakes, but it's actually more than just 4-wheel disc brakes, and a lot of people don't know that. It's part of the handling package. So you get some upgraded bits underneath the car, as well as the 4-wheel disc brakes, and the car drives even better. So if you haven't driven one of these things or don't remember what it drove like, they really, really drive well. All right? So as we move on, let's go ahead and take a peek under the hood and look at the 400 that we were talking about earlier. Okay, cool. Here we are. All right, so come on up here for a second. I want to show you a little bit about this here. And again, these are important things to be looking for. So in the detail area of this car has factory air conditioning. Air conditioning was not standard on these cars, all right? Neither were the 4-wheel disc brakes that it has that we talked about either. This has power 4-wheel disc brakes, all right? It has power steering. It has air conditioning. The engine's been detailed and painted the correct color, which a lot of people don't know. The Pontiac engine colors changed over the years. From the 60s to the 70s, there's 3 or 4 different colors of the Pontiac color paint, and this has the correct one on there. I know that because we painted it here, and that's kind of what we do. So we kind of do the little detail stuff in here, like with the emissions call-outs and the call-outs on the air scoop and the decal for the air cleaner. Those kinds of little things, painting the dipstick like it's supposed to be right there, just the little stuff. And so while you're looking through some of the other cars, let me step by for just 1 second. Can you see how clean the fittings are and things like that inside here? This has the original style chrome valve covers on there like it's supposed to have, all right? Little stuff like that, which makes these cars really great. And the reason why it makes it so great is because if you want to go to a car show, right? They're going to ask you to pop the hood. You want it to look nice under there, and that's exactly what we have here. We have a really nice looking Trans Am that's show quality under the hood and that you could take to a local show and be proud of, all right? I love the back end of these cars. This is very much the 70s when you're looking at these things here, like the blacked out tail panel here. This has the front and the rear spoilers, has the splitter exhaust tips right there, and it makes a great sound coming out of here. And as you roll down the road, it sounds even better, especially with the 4-speed with the rise and fall of the engine. Nice little styling touches where they didn't leave the trunk latch and lock wide open. They hid it behind here. That's where your gas cap is as well. Little stuff like, do the trunk hinges, are they proper? Because ones without spoilers would have had a different hinge and won't hold the trunk up. This has the correct things that you need in there to do that. Trunk carpeting all nice and new. This has a spare tire. You say, well, what's the big deal about having a spare tire? Well, the big deal about having a spare tire is 99% of the cars that come here don't have a spare tire in them. So when you see something like this, you know that somebody spent a little extra money and doing a little extra detail stuff so that you can get a little bit better car. Jacking instructions in here, just the little touches that we put in these cars. So in case you wanted to go to a show, again, you can open the trunk and it looks really nice inside there. And it still sounds good when you close it. All right, so come on, I just want to peek in this right here. This is the package tray area. It has a sound system in it. This has an upgraded sound system in it. If you don't love it in the dash, we could always hide it in the glove box for you if you want to. But this has the correct speaker grill covers. They're painted to match like they're supposed to be, okay? And it looks really nice in stock. And that's kind of what I like so much about this car, because it looks very stock all over. All right, let's jump inside and check it out. All right, come on, let's check out the inside here where you're going to spend most of your time as well. All right, so here we are inside. So little stuff like this, like the dome light works. You're saying, well, what's the big deal? Well, quite honestly, 30 and 40-year-old cars, a lot of this stuff doesn't work unless somebody spends some time doing the wiring. The floor lighting works there as well. So a couple nice features here. What we're talking about, we talked about the air conditioning under there, the WS6 package. This has a 4-speed, which was an option that year, okay? This has tilt wheel, all right, which is really nice. It also has power windows. Okay, and full gauges as well. So it has like a, you know, it's not a high speedometer, 100-mile-an-hour speedometer, but it keeps going around because you can feel the fan on it because the car's still pretty fast. And it has a 6,000 RPM tach. This has a clock in the dash, and little stuff like the clock is still working. But it's kind of cool when you think about it. All right. Let's see what else. So as we go through, this is coded for the color outside. It's coded for the blue interior inside. I'm 6'1", I just like to show there's a lot of room inside these cars too to drive. And if you want to take another couple with you, this seat slides up a lot. There's plenty of space for that as well. So anyway, 4-speed with power windows, with air conditioning, with the upgraded sound system. This is just a cool car. All right, so as we close up the video on this cool muscle car, you know, these are the future, and I'll tell you why. Because these cars here aren't $70,000 or $80,000 yet. They could quite possibly be one day. As the other cars become more and more expensive, it drags these cars up with them. So if you want to get in early on an investment, this might be the car to do that, and I'm going to tell you why. So as I run down the list here, we're talking about a real Pontiac 400 because it has the 4-speed. If you had an automatic this year, all right, you got the Oldsmobile 403 engine, which is not a bad engine. It's just a different engine, and it's not the Pontiac engine, and that's the way it came to the factory, and most people didn't know that, all right? Throw in the fact that it has the 342 Posi-Traction. It has a WS6 suspension package, including the 4-wheel disc brakes, all right? It has air conditioning. It has power windows. It has great colors. It's affordable. It's financeable, and it comes with this right here, and that is a great smile. Anyway, call us 301-816-1000. We'll tell you all about it.